Hi, this is Marsha. Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. I hope you're all having a great day. It's a wonderful day here in Florida, and I'm coming to you live from my home studio, craft room, and just having a wonderful time. So this is Markets of Sunshine channel, and I am your host today, your teacher, your craft and sewing buddy. So let me show you what I've done. We're working in our altered book journal. And yesterday I finished up embellishing a page, and I'm going to show you what I did on another blank page. So we're going to work from a blank page, and I'm going to use the same technique over on the other page. There's 2 tags here, and then all of these elements were just in my stash. I made a little page tab here. I made the little cute dangle charm. Isn't that cute? And then the tags were made just from some heavier packaging, cardboard. So I like to recycle, reuse, repurpose everything that comes into the house, into my crafting where I can. And then all these elements came out of my stash. So this is just a piece that might have been cut off of a garment. This, again, the same thing, just a piece of a fabric stash. So this with the music notes, and it says, let the music play. So this little corner of the music, this little corner of the music, and these two were all on this one little square. And so I looked at that, and I said, you know what? I'm going to cut those all into little pieces, and I'm going to use those as different embellishment elements on my page. This was just a piece of beautiful gray lace. The black here is just a piece of flowy, like a shirt or something it might have come off of. It was just a scrap that I received. This gray back piece here was actually from my sample swatch when I sold 31 gift products. So that's what this was. And then this was just a little gray piece. Again, might have been a shirt or something. It came in a sample that I had gotten. Purchased from Etsy, and so now I just layered those all up, sewed them on the sewing machine, and now look at the beautiful results in the end. Woo! Starting to get a little heavy. It's getting a little heavy lopsided that way, so it's like I better put my thumb under there and hold that better. And then the little page tab, I did the same thing. I took the slippery fabric, the gray, what was that? Okay, yeah, as some other gray piece of fabric, and then this black sequin. I've got it in here somewhere. This here. So it was like a silver, and then this black little gray trim sequin piece. That was what was underneath of here. And then I just used that same fabric and that little gray trim. I just trimmed it off to make the little tie. And then a little charm that says follow your heart. And then I got a little silver twist tie, a safety pin, and then I just put it right through there. So that is it, quick and easy. So now I'm going to show you how I did it, what I did. Ouch. And we're going to do a step-by-step on this page here. So this is going to be a belly band. I'm going to glue it right here in the middle. These 2 ends will be glued into place also. And this was just a piece of cardstock that came out of a pack. Was a Jane Austen theme with Jane Austen quotes and images, like the wallpaper, what it would have been used in that time period. So just a little piece of that. So I just folded this over. So now it's the perfect little journaling spot, and that's going to be on that side. And then what I'm going to do on the other side is I just took 2 book pages, went over to my sewing machine, so I had an image on the inside that was nothing I wanted, and then I left the writing on the outside. So I decided which side do I want to be the outside when I fold it, and then this is just kids' art journal paper, so I'm going to just glue that into place, and then I'll fold it, and then trim it down, and that's going to go on the other side of the belly band. So when you're doing these projects, just remember, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to go overboard. with where you're going to be doing your journaling. The journaling part really just needs to be simple. And because there's so much bulk that gets added when we make the pages, when we start embellishing the pages, that's what adds to the bulk, and you'll see how it's like a accordion, you know, separating over there. And it's the same way when we do a journal from scratch and make a signature. The more you add to the journal, you know, the bulkier it becomes, and that's why, you know, we call them chunky journals or something like that. So just keep that in mind when you're embellishing. How much do you want, you know, do you want the journal, where are you going to keep it? Is it okay that it's going to be bulky? And so those are the kind of things you just need to keep in mind. Just take this, and I didn't tea dye it or anything. I just wanted it just like this, and I'll come in with my distressing ink. And then I can add some, you know, take away from the white, the starkness of the white. So I love the glue stick. There's no lumpiness. You don't have to get it wet with the wet glue and your brush and all that kind of thing. And then all we need to do now is just come in and trim. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. That also adds to the character of the handmade element. Just let it flow. Okay, so now this is going to be, obviously, the outside. And I want it to fold. So that it will fit into my pocket over here. And that's it. Quick and easy. Using a book page, using kids' art journal paper, whatever paper you might have on hand. And I like to leave a little bit of the thread from the sewing machine left over, just to add that little bit of charm and character to it as well. And now it will fit right in here. So now I have two journaling spots again on the darker paper. The lighter paper, some of them I'm going to leave, or I might just glue another piece on top of it and have it, you know, torn around the edges, so we'll do that. But I want to get these first few pages embellished, and then we can move to the back of the journal. So this one here, I'll probably just put a journaling paper there, the same here with these two. Same with this one here. I put a pocket in here. So I went through and added some. This is a clear pocket. This is another clear pocket. I made these. Sewed them on the machine. Okay, so this one is done. We did this together. We did this one together. We did this one together. Okay, here's another one of my pockets. This is an actual envelope of a different, shaped differently. And I'll show you how to do this with the clear plastic and where I got that from. Recycling, repurpose, reusing again. And then back here on these dark pages, I'll put some journaling papers. Here's another pocket. The same thing, this is dark. But you can see now, look at how the book is really getting chunky. It's really getting cute. So now all my little dangles, here they are. This one's getting smushed. Okay, and this one, okay. So I have 4. I have one more to make for here. And then we'll have one smaller one here. I'll make something up here. Probably since I'm staggering them where they're sticking out. I may do it just like this one on a paper clip, so I might just come in here with a paper clip. Probably down here, maybe right here in the middle. I don't know. You know, you don't have to have a page tab on every single solitary page, so you keep that in mind. All right, so now these can come out. So we just don't, you know, we don't want to have to keep everything. And so now we're going to just work on the embellishing part of this. Okay. Lay these over here. Now all of the elements that I've gotten in my stash, I just went through, picked out what was in the monochromatic black and white, silver. And it's just going to be to cover and embellish these two front pieces here. So I don't really want to copy exactly what I did on the other side. So I have silver and white ribbon and trim. I have some black netting, some really very silky black ribbon here. And this is a silver and black variegated ribbon. Again, very like a silk feeling. And then that little piece of the trim that I used on the other one. A little piece, let's see. Oh, okay, then this brocade. So that might look nice. Just trying to make these front pages really look elegant. So it's every page just takes on a life of its own. What we find in our stash, we work from whatever the colors of the papers that we chose, and so that's what I'm finding is that, you know, just I wanted to just add some elegance to what I had here. And then based on, again, what I had in my stash. So now this, like I said, has like a grayish green with a yellowish creamy tan. And then this is like a creamy black. Okay. All right, this was a Nancy Drew fabric. And you can't even get it anymore. It's retired, out of print. And it had the hourglass, not hourglass, spyglass, little magnifying glass kind of thing, yeah. But, okay, so magnifying glass, but they used it as a spyglass, I guess that's what they called it. And so I thought this would be cute because, again, it's the tan with the black, the gray, actually gray. So I thought about that, and then I had some of the sprocket gears from Tim Holtz, kind of like the steampunk look. So this could go with this here. So if I went with this kind of a look on this, so I was kind of thinking about that. So if I did that, then this really wouldn't go because this is not what I would consider to be in that category. This now could go with it, just, you know, perfect. I think that would be perfect. So that could go. And then this. And then, I don't know, so then maybe either this one, I think this one might go, this is definitely a 1950s look. So Nancy Drew was like 1950s. I don't think it was early as 1930s. I think we found it started in the 1950s. And they actually started with some old movies. And then it evolved into, so I don't know if the book came first. Maybe the book was from 1930s. Yes, book started I think in 1930s, and then that TV series, they only made a few of that. It was maybe 5, I think. I don't even remember who the actress and actors were in that. It was a cute little, cute little, very, very cutely done, I must say. And so this, knowing that and knowing the style from that year and all that kind of thing. So I would just cut a little piece of this, I don't need a big piece. So again, looking at what I did over here. So it was just a little square. I layered 2 pieces and then the little square on top. This one because it was just already a perfect medallion, so I didn't need to do anything with this side. And then it was just the tags that I embellished underneath. So I made the tags match, but then these 2 fronts here were the different things. All right, and then the page tab. So I just want to keep referring to that so that you can see where my thinking is coming from and what I'm going to do. So this is really a step-by-step breakdown so that you can see what goes into thinking about this whole thing. All right, this one isn't going to work. I was thinking I might use this because it's a heavier black. Obviously, this tan color wasn't going to work. The white, obviously, now that I've got those out, the black and the white, that's not going to go. So we'll lay them over to the side. I had some dog print. Even though Nancy Drew did have a little doggy, so this could possibly work to have the hourglass on that side, and then maybe the little doggy print on this side, and maybe a little piece of the doggy print here. So, but this, of course, again, now this is the black and the white, whereas this is more of the tan. So I might do something like that, where I could cut a little piece here and a little piece here, and then have the little doggy print go in with that. So even though this isn't a Nancy Drew theme necessarily, but I was just telling you where that came from. I wanted to stay with more of the steampunk kind of a feel. And along those lines, but again, I'll have to come in and color it up. So this is definitely, to me, screams steampunk. So I'm hoping you're seeing that. I'll bring it in as close as I can so that you can really see what it is. Let me stand up. I'll get a really good close-up for you so that you can see what it is. All right, now. So can you tell what this is? It's an original artwork by my daughter, and she named it Guard My Heart. So if that gives you any kind of a clue, that is actually a human heart with the wings. Oh. And it looks like, I'm trying to see what the copyright is on that. It looks like 2011 maybe. So it's wearing a little hat. It has like a chameleon face. And then she did all of that swirly, of course, I can't think of the word right now. It always escapes me what that type of artwork and drawing is. Let me see if I can get it from this side. There we go. Okay, so this, because it is definitely steampunk, I always wanted to put this in one of my journals from her, so this is going to go in. So I had it tucked in the pocket on the other page, so I was debating if I wanted to have it here, and then, obviously I'll trim this down, and so that would be like the motif on this page, and then with the maybe the hourglass and the dog on this page, and then her drawing and one of the sprockets on this side. That's where my thinking was going in that direction. Okay, now I just need to trim this down. And I had this printed on a business card size years ago. Okay, that's better. And I could round the corners so that it's not so sharply pokey. Let me get my corner rounder. Handy dandy, always have that around. You just don't need that, sharp, stark. See how nice that looks now? Rounding the corners, I mean, it's just like little tiny touches. It's just those little tiny touches that really make take a project to a whole new level. It's kind of like the inking. I never really, got my head around the inking until I started doing it more, and then it was like, oh, now I can see, I can understand. And I wanted to share with you, okay, wait a minute, okay. Treasure hunt mystery has been solved. Remember what I was searching for? All of my little sponge daubers. Well, I found them, lo and behold. I'm so excited. Oh, it's just like you just don't even know. I had yesterday, 2 days in a row, I was filming and could not upload the videos because my storage was full, and I was trying to do the same process I had been doing to clear it, and it wasn't working. And I said, wait a minute, what's happened here to this phone? Now it doesn't want to clear, and I'm doing the exact same process. So as I said, okay, you know what? I said, I'm just going to make my project. I'm not going to worry about it. So as I was searching through my stash yesterday, getting the black, the silver, and all those beautiful embellishments out, and I had to pick up, because I have a whole stash, so my next mystery, which I think is over in another big container, it's just too heavy for me to lift. And so I had this big 31 gift bag, and it has pockets all around the outside of the bag. It's a beautiful bag. The 2 end pockets are mesh, so I have other stuff on top of it. So I sat down, I pulled that out, I said, you know what, okay, I'm going to see if I can find that silver, beautiful silver embellishments. And so as I'm looking, and then I look in the end pocket, and what do I see but these little guys? I said, oh, it was right there under my nose. It's right at the end of my sewing table. You know how many times I have looked in that? But I didn't take the bottom bag and go through every pocket. And because you can see, this is clear, these little, I don't know, my eyes somehow. It just bypassed it, but now I'm keeping these right here on my table in my little basket. So I just had to share that with you. Mystery solved. Because I was going to order a new set. I'd gone on scrapbook.com. I said, oh, that's it. I've looked. I searched because I need it. I said, this other one is about to, it's disintegrating on me. And I'm using, now I was trying to use multiple colors on it and everything else. So anyway, so that's resolved. I don't have to spend the money. I'm super duper happy. So then the next thing to find are those beautiful silver embellishments. So I have the camera today where you can see the bird feeder here now. Generally when they see me, they get scared and they might fly there, but the minute they look up and go, oh, human, then they run off. And they hear my voice, of course, and some have gotten used to me. They'll come, grab a seed, and leave. But anyway, that's just a special little treat that you get as you're sitting here while I'm video recording. Anyway, so it brings me joy. So I'm going to get out the dauber. And let me see if I didn't... Okay, here it is. So first, let me use it on a scrap piece because I was using it on some other okay, well that's not too bad. I don't even remember what colors I had it with, but so I just didn't want those other colors to start coming back out. I don't know, what do you think is that? No, see, this is one of the problems that I have. The particular color, this brush corduroy, it may be just because I used some other colors on here and I think it's just distorting. I used a purple and a green mixed in with that. So let me get a new little sponge now that I have them to do. Okay. Now let's test this color out against the background and all that we're wanting to do and see if that obviously when you first put it down it's the heavier. Okay. It's not exactly what I want. Alright, let me see. I do have, where's my other little ones? I have my other little ones. Now is not a time to not be able to find those. Let me see, did I put them in here? I have the little guys. I don't think I put them in there. I have that, it's antique something. I was going to keep them in the little case with the other two. Okay, let's see, we have, okay, antique linen, that's what it's called. Here they are. Okay, this one I think is too dark. Vintage photo. Maybe the vintage photo I might be able to combine. All right, let's take the antique linen. Let's see if we can mix these to get what what I'm going for. Okay, see the greenish, it's like a greenish gray, but I don't want to put the green. Alright, greenish tan. Okay, this is a mossy meadow, and this is not even a distress, but I'm going to just grab a little bit of it and see if I can obtain what I'm going for. Oh, okay, now this might work better. This might be what I'm going for here. But I need a little bit more of the green. Alright, so I have that darker around the edge. Let me get that off. Okay. So I'm going to mix the antique linen . And then a little bit of this mossy green. Okay, I think this will work. So first we're just going to go around the edge. Trying to get that green and the beige. Of course, I got it on my finger, didn't know it. And now I'm getting it right on the middle of the heart, but that's okay. Come back in with just a little bit more. I'm going to do just like what I did. I'm just going to dab it. No rubbing, just dabbing. Bouncing up and down. Kind of moving my finger with it just a little bit back and forth. I'm just trying to color in all of that white. Okay, this is really looking nice. I'll show you here in a second. Really looking good. so excited. I've always wanted to use this image in one of my projects. And if you're interested in purchasing to use this in your projects, then I will put the listing in my Etsy shop. And I just ask that you give the credit to the artist, which I will put my daughter's name in the listing. Okay, very nice. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Very, very pretty. I'll have to get my magnifying glass. Yeah, it's 2011. I can see the little 1-1. Okay. Now, we're going to put this in the bag. That's all the inking that I needed to do. That dauber can go in there, and I'll put this over here out of the way. Get these out of the way. Alright. Now, what shall we do for the background? Let's just work on this side. Let's figure out what kind of a background does it need. You don't want to go crazy. Flowers just don't go with the heart. Okay, the black eyelet does a good. I like that. Maybe a little piece of this silver could come in. That might work. Then maybe a little piece of this. Okay, trying to see what I'm thinking is if I could somehow wrap something around the corners. That's where my thinking is going. It says it's like it just needs something like that. Okay, so let's see what we have. The white definitely won't work. Possibly the silver. Somehow I could get the silver to work. So I would have to tape it on the back, glue it there. Can you see that? Okay, you see what's happening? Okay, and then down here, glue it across here. Again, so that's all it needs to just jazz that up. Okay, so let's cut about that much again. Alright, so let's go ahead, lay it here, lay it here. Okay, let's come in with our tacky glue. Just a little dot is all I'm going to do, just a little dot. Not going to go crazy, just a little smidge. Just enough for it to stick. Now I can flip it over. Alright, and now I'm going to put the glue actually onto the silver ribbon so that it goes exactly where I want it to go. So I don't know where it's going to fold on the back of the card. a little bit more glue. Depending on the texture of what you're gluing determines how much glue you need. Because some things really soak up the glue, and that's what I see happening here. Okay, a little much on that one. Okay, so I'm going to just hold it here, wipe. Somehow I only got a little smidgen of the ribbon on that side, so why it's not holding as good, because I didn't have enough coming over the side. Okay, I think now I got it. More glue. Alright, now just what it needed, just that little bit of a shimmer. Perfect. Okay. Almost to the bottom of this little roll. Alright, now let's come over here. Determine how much of this do I want. Okay, I just wanted a little bit of the black to peek out. I don't want it to dominate the artwork. Okay, now the other side. Alright, so let's take a piece of this fabric. That's the beauty of these projects, is you can really make your supplies go a long way because you don't need a whole lot. Okay. Just showing you what's got going on so far. Alright, now do I want another piece, or do I want to bring in and somehow this over here? Maybe I'll bring a little bit of this in under here, going in that direction. But it seems to be, it needs to be, okay. So what I've got happening, let me see. Yeah, see now the black is hitting right there, which I don't want more black. I want it to be more, so I might have to cut off this little, let me do this. Okay, so we're going to cut off this end. That, because yeah, see it just gets lost. Okay, so let's bring this over here. And now, okay, that's better. Now I have the silver, the smoky gray here, the more of the clear silvery here. It's perfect, that's what I want. Okay, good. Alright, so it's just, that's, you know, just play with it and you'll have, you know, it'll all start coming together. And normally I would take this to the machine, but I'll just go ahead and glue everything with you so that you can see how neat it turns out. Alright, now let's look at the paw print. But the problem with the paw print is it kind of, I guess it'd be all right. Maybe if I do it here as a border, or do I want to come across here? Maybe come across here. That's all right. And I really don't have any of my pets incorporated into any of these journals, and I thought, you know, that might be a cute thing to do, is to, you know, journal about some of my pets. Some of our pets, so. Okay, so that goes there. It will stay in place long enough for me. All right, and then I have these little white dots, so I thought that might be cute too. I've got a lot of print stuff going on over here. Let's see, maybe something over here more. Just a complete conglomeration. Oh, layers upon layers. Okay, let's see. Maybe if I do the dots underneath that and then that underneath this, that might work all right. And maybe I don't need so many dots. Let's see, maybe the dots can go this way. Maybe the dots could be over here. You know, so like maybe a couple of dots there. Let's do that. All right, let's just cut off a few of the dots, and then we'll cut down a few of the dots. Okay, this I'm liking better. All right. Trim that off. Okay, yep, that's better. Okay, 2 dots over there. There we go. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like you have to play with it. You just have to keep playing, and then you'll say, oh, wow, look, that turned out really cute. And I could just come in with a 1 dot over here somehow, just to tie the 2 sides together. I'll just put that 1 right there. All right, now let me see. Okay, now let's see. I'm not really sure how the gears, how can I get this to incorporate? It needs something. I don't have, I'm trying to think if I had some word, something another. I did have this here. I might be able to come in here with some, just some word, just some print, just something with print. And then I don't know if just like maybe a gear. Let's see. Let's give it a whirl. Now, what size are we going to use, and which one? Let's see, get that off, and now you got to get another sheet off. Okay. All right, let's just take this. Okay, let's see. I don't like that color. Okay, that's the color. Okay, that was the color I needed. All right, so we'll come in there. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe go with this, because that kind of looks like the steering wheel of the Nancy Drew car. Okay, perfect. Perfect! And, you know, since I know all of these elements of the Nancy Drew error, so that works out good. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I'm going to just cut off this right here. And of course I have Nancy Drew vintage book pages somewhere. So I will come in with one of Nancy Drew pages also, but I just want to put this here for now. And then put the sprocket on. Okay, so the sprocket's just going to go right here in the middle. Look at how cute that looks. Absolutely adorable. Simple. Just keep layering the elements, and then before you know it, I mean, look at that. Boom. There it is. It's done. So now I'll come back through here, I'll glue it up, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, here it is. Now the final touches have all been put into place. So I put the 2 journals in, cute little sprocket there in the middle with the brad, layered the fabric and the ribbon on top with the print scrapbook paper, put the little circles on the corners. Did the same thing over here on this side. Put our little Steampunk heart right there, put another sprocket here. So that was just that quick and easy to do and to finish. And I'm just tickled pink with it. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. So there you have it. Up close, personal. And then I'm going to let this all dry. And then in the next video, we'll put on the page tab and the little dangle charm. So thank you for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel if you like my style and would like to learn more from me here and be my crafting and sewing buddy for 2021. Thank you so much to everybody for always watching, liking, commenting. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.